Hello everyone, my name is Cameron and welcome to my mom's kitchen where I will make the tuna pasta with affordable ingredients. Well, turn on your stove first, that's a start. Put it on high heat so you can boil your pasta. This Kimball brand is quite cheap in Malaysia. So yeah, I have to grab some garlic, peel off the outer layer just like this. And don't be a dumbass like me thinking that this is a jar of black peppercorns when it's green beans. This is the actual black peppercorns that I will use later. And then, just smash those garlics and chop them off. I like to do it one by one, so then when I cut them all, I can just chop them all together and make them like minced garlic that I was supposed to do. Yeah, I wasn't bothered to sharpen the rest of the knives. But this works just as well because you can use it with anything. And yeah, just keep cutting them until they turn smaller and smaller. Make sure when you're sliding off the garlic, do it carefully because you can easily cut yourself with the blade. And yes, your garlic should look like this. Now that your water is boiled, or starting to boil, put in your pasta and start adding the pasta. Not like that, but yeah, just spread it out so it doesn't, I don't know, it'll just cook faster if you spread it out. Well, not necessarily. Anyways, that's not the point. I'm just adding more just in case my mom is hungry or I get hungrier than usual. Then make sure you start stirring it immediately. If you don't stir it, it'll be like you can't just let it sit there. And yeah, I started adding a little bit more, which was a mistake. Don't add too much spaghetti just in case you don't eat them. And that's how it's supposed to look like. And just keep stirring. It should take about 5 minutes, but you gotta lift it up and do a taste test to check if it's cooked or well done. Here I have my peppercorns that I'm gonna smash. I'm gonna grind them into fine powdered pepper. So yes, this is how it sounds like when you're pounding the peppers. Make sure you do it mindfully and carefully. And yeah, look at this first noodle is quite stiff, so it needs to be cooked more. Oh, and here's me checking myself out and making sure I look presentable in front of the camera. And more pounding. And this is the second noodle. I'm just confused now. I don't know my words right now. But yes, I'm just taste testing the second time and still needs a little bit more work. This is the third taste test, which is a lot better. But I prefer to give it 2 more minutes before I'm done with cooking it. Yeah, while I was stirring this, it was getting a lot hotter than usual. But yeah, look at my spaghetti. And then now you gotta pour it out. Make sure you have a little bit of the water from the spaghetti. I don't know. I really don't know what's the reason for it, but just make sure you do. It's supposed to make it taste better. Pour it out. Make sure you get all the noodles. Don't waste your noodles. Okay, I'm using noodles and spaghetti interchangeably. Please forgive me. But yeah, make sure you wash them with cold water so it doesn't stick. And I'm using vegetable oil to make sure that it stays separate from each other. Usually people would use olive oil, but we don't have that, so my mom uses this. Yes, and then after that, you mix all that oil with the noodles, the spaghetti. Make sure you do it well and cover it so the flies won't enter. Don't do what I did using this thing to cover. I should have used a food wrapper. And afterwards, wash your hands. Always wash your hands, especially before you cook. Now, this is my pepper and my garlic, looking fine and nicely chopped and pounded. And then cover that too, because we still have other things to work on. Reheat your pot and then get your oil so you can fry the garlic, which was my mistake because I shouldn't have done that. I should have infused the garlic with the sauce and the tuna. But anyways, this is what my mom usually does. She likes to saute the garlic first and she makes it as like a dressing on top of fried rice or vegetables. But for tuna pasta, I was not supposed to do that. And the garlic is meant to look like this if you plan to saute it. And it's not supposed to look like this. Make sure it's not burnt. So here I have my 2 cans of tuna and my kimball sauce. Make sure you wash your tuna cans first before opening. This was taught to me by my mom. She never opens anything until it's washed thoroughly. And that's because you never know where the cans have been or who has touched them. So just in case, for health and safety reasons, you gotta wash them. And I was not supposed to throw out all of the juice from the tuna cans. You gotta save some to marinate with the sauce and all the other ingredients. Sometimes you don't need salt because it's already salty with it. And yeah, just make sure all the chunks are not chunky. Here I have the kimball sauce. This is actually meant for coloring the sauce to make it more red. I should have used half of the jar, but instead I used 6 tablespoons. So try to use half of the kimball sauce, but it doesn't matter. You can put as much as you like. And then don't forget your spaghetti water. Pour it in there. And it's meant to look like that, at least. Add a bit of salt and stir, then let it simmer for a while. You can tell that it's really hot just by looking at the hairs on my back, and cooking this near the stove was not helping. So make sure you take a break every now and then if you need to. Don't forget your cheddar cheese. I like cheddar cheese because it melts in your mouth and it's a little bit saltier than Parmesan. And you can choose to either put your spaghetti into the pot with the sauce, or you can pour the sauce onto your spaghetti. It doesn't matter. And it's already done. And I forgot to add slices of tomato in it, but it's okay. You can choose. And we're done. So place a nice handful of pasta onto a nice plate of your own liking. If I sound bored, I promise you that I'm not. I just have a quiet voice, and if you can tell by the rest of my videos, I wasn't that loud. Oh, and make sure you sealed all holes so the flies don't get into your food. And there you go. That's the side view of my pasta. So I also drizzled a little bit of garlic. You can add as much as you like. And it's meant to kind of look like this. So yes, get your cheddar cheese and your shredder. Make sure you use the right side of the shredder, the sharp end, not like my dumb ass switching from the non-sharp side to the sharp side. And after that, you have your nice pasta. Hopefully you did it better than I did. So I'm done finishing my pasta. It doesn't look as red as my mom made it every time she cooked it, but let's see how it tastes first. Oh my god, I'm scared. I'm scared that it's not gonna taste good. If you're gonna judge my cooking skills, well, don't worry. It's not gonna affect me because I'm already judging myself from the very beginning. But it's okay, let's see how this goes. I need to taste test one more time because I only ate the noodles. I didn't eat the whole tuna yet. Because I made this myself, I give this a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, I'm very critical, especially when it comes to my own work, but it's okay. So I made a few mistakes here. I let my mom try it just now and she said it's edible, which is good, better than not edible, I guess. Um, my mistake was is that I sauteed the garlic first and I shouldn't have separated it. I should have poured it into the sauce with the tuna and with the pepper and a little bit of salt. And yeah, maybe because I also didn't use the whole jar of the kimball sauce, tomato sauce, it didn't look as red. And another thing is when I sauteed the garlic, it was totally brown, or even a few of them were black, which is not supposed to be actually. So just saute them a little bit until it still looks like it's white, but it's a little bit cooked. And don't separate them from the tuna and the sauce. Mix them all together and put the rest of your ingredients in there. Don't forget your tomatoes either. I was just unprepared today. And share this recipe with your friends and family, and even cook it for your, boyfriend or girlfriend. I think this could be a romantic kind of dinner. If you enjoyed watching me trying to show my cooking skills, like this video. And if you like what I do overall, subscribe. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Bye.